We just found the wreckage of an Air Force A-10 Warthog in a canyon in the middle of the desert in northern Arizona.
Today, a group of 3 A-10 Thunderbolt jets left Nellis Air Force Base as part of a cross-country training flight. We are sad to announce that several minutes after takeoff, one of the planes crashed in the mountains of northern Arizona. As of now, the U.S. Air Force is investigating the incident, but confirmed that the pilot made it out of the crash alive.
This is nuts, dude. I am on the cliff right above the bulk of the wreckage. All right, so we're going on an adventure today, and obviously anytime we go on an adventure, we need to figure out how to get there and who owns the land. I take the coordinates of the location and I punch them into Onyx Off-Road to figure out what kind of land we're going to. This is hands down one of the most valuable tools I've ever had because it keeps us out of trouble and keeps us from getting lost.
We're in Hurricane, Utah. I call it Hurricane, but it's Hurricane apparently. We've got all the gear loaded and we're gonna head down into the Virgin River Gorge. It's about 10-15 minute flight. There was an A-10 Warthog that crashed about 23 years ago, so 2001. And the remnants have been up there forever, and it's called Mayday Canyon because of that.
Almost on top of it right now. I see it. Straight below us. Literally straight below us. Yep, I see it. Out the door.
All right, so we just landed here right at the base of the massive canyon that we're about to climb up to go find the Warthog. Before we head up, I've established base camp with my RoamSat Starlink Wi-Fi setup. It's a Starlink dish that RoamSat puts into this custom case that includes a built-in battery that will last like 14 hours. I didn't charge it before we came because I use this thing so much, I forgot to charge it. So I've got the power cable connected to this external power bank. So right here, I've got 100 megabytes per second of download speeds in an area where there's no service for 100 miles, well, 50 miles this way, 100 miles that way. Like, we are in the middle of nowhere. If you get bored, you can sit here and watch the YouTube channel. I recommend Heavydsparks, it's a good channel.
I think that's faster than Hans's Wi-Fi at home.
Instagram. Oh, well, 1000% this is faster than my Wi-Fi at home. I can't watch Netflix and watch something on my phone at the same time.
We're heading up here to look for parts of a crashed aircraft.
You excited?
Oh yeah, it'd be really interesting.
Just check my watch to see how much distance we've gone.
I think we've gone approximately 40 feet. We've gone 40, 45 feet?
30.
30? No.
Okay, I'm gonna let everybody else head up. Just keep an eye on the heli. I'm heavy. I'm like 250 right now, plus the bag. I'm probably everybody like 280.
You think we've been walking for a half a mile? We've gone 84 feet.
I don't know. Seems like a lot longer than that.
Well, how come they say...
People do this stuff for fun.
How you feeling, Sparks?
I feel so good. I feel like I am receiving a wonderful reminder as to why I don't hike very much. This body's made for a lot of stuff.
Very much or not
Hiking
at all?
is
Like
not one
hike,
of
not
them.
at all.
Huh?
You said hike very much.
Did you mean to say just hike not at all?
More or less just kind of like life or death stuff.
Willing to hike if my life depends on it, but not really willing to do it any other time.
I'm looking for shiny.
What are you looking for?
Looking for shiny. The pieces of debris. Things that, mostly it's hard to see stuff here because of the brush and the rocks. So keeping your eyes open for a glint of the sunlight. And hopefully it reflects off something metal and you can find it easier. So we should be just arriving in the debris area.
These are the shells from that A-10. They're just solid pieces, but there's the shell itself from the casing that it goes in. That's pretty cool. There's quite a few of them down underneath me. There's like 7 or 8. But just a solid piece of metal you don't want to get hit with.
What's cool about this is the plane wrecked into this whole hillside, obviously going pretty fast. And when a plane hits the ground that fast on a mountainside, stuff just flies everywhere. So we're starting to see wreckage everywhere on this hillside. You can see like shiny pieces of stuff just everywhere. There's shell casings from the 30mm cannon. This is pretty rad. We're getting close. Found our first big chunk of wreckage here. This looks like, oh, this actually looks like potentially landing gear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That looks like it could be a piece of landing gear or wing
Machine gun.
strut or something.
Would you say it's a machine gun?
This is nuts, dude. This would make the coolest furniture. It's a freaking A-10 Warthog. It's still got the serial numbers dremeled into it. This is cool.
So you pegging that out?
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm just gonna.
It's a heavy piece.
I want to put that in layaway.
Explain. Maybe we need to explain like why we're not bad people for carrying all this shit out.
Well, once we get over to where we're rappelling down, it's pretty easy.
What we're not going to do is destroy the distraction or destroy the attraction of this.
Yeah. I kind of want this piece real bad.
That's uncomfortable.
I got a piece of the Warthog, dude. You know what you don't have that I have? A piece of the Warthog.
There's a couple things I want to mark. There's an American flag right here. So I want to mark this flag. Click on it, add waypoint, US flag. We're going to save that and it's in there. The next waypoint I'm going to add is the actual wreckage itself, which is right in this canyon right over from us that we're about to rappel down to. So I mark that, add waypoint, and I will share this with anybody who wants to come check out the wreckage of this A-10 Warthog. I have a lot of people ask where they can find our adventures, and rather than me trying to explain it to them or drop a pin, just give you the waypoint, hit navigate, and we are on our way.
Absolutely hate everything about this.
All right, we are just about to the wreckage right now. It was a gnarly hike, just straight up loose rock. It's like the worst kind of climbing. So here is the gulch where the engine went into. Now we've been finding wreckage all over this hillside and a bunch of it's been picked through, anything that's been like easy to get to because people come check this out. But the big chunks are still here. We just found a piece of like landing gear or like one of the control struts. And then right over this little ledge right here, we should see the engine. The drone just peeked its head down in there. Check it out. This is so much steeper and gnarlier than it looks. The video's not doing it justice. The reason we have our harnesses and stuff is because we have to rappel down to the wreckage, and then we have to rappel all the way back down to the helicopter rather than taking this ridiculously gnarly slope back down. So I'm gonna drop in right here and see if I can't find my way down. That's what the inside of the wing of the A-10 Warthog is made out of. Reynolds wrap aluminum foil. And you stack it all up like this in these little sections, it becomes quite strong. Obviously not strong enough to hit a mountain and survive, but some of it did. Sketchiest ejection.
Especially if you have a headwind like this, it just takes you somewhere.
I think we're good. Don't they have 2 engines?
Yeah,
2, probably 3 for the APU. Here's the tire. That's pretty wild. Huh.
Wonder where he landed in the parachute.
All right, I think we are close, given the coordinates and the pieces that we've seen, and flying the drone over this. The main wreckage, the engine that we're looking for, should be just over this next little hill here. I lowered my bag down from up here, so my bag should hopefully be at the bottom of this hill. The rest of the group is still making their way down that little draw right there, so I think in the next couple of minutes, if everything goes right, if our calculations are correct, should be right here.
Smooth rock is the rough stuff.
That's like a metaphor for life. We just are supposed to slide. Either that or wait for the rope. So I guess it kind of just depends on which one happens first.
This is a perfect example of how you live your life. It's like you could wait for it to be safe, but like...
Or you could just like
go.
Take the risk of going for a little bit of a slide. Ooh, I don't know, that might be something. That is a solid piece of skid plate or something. That's probably one of the...
Bulletproof?
Yeah, that's got to be one of the tubs that goes around the pilot.
How you feeling?
I tell you what, uphill, not enjoyable. But the sketchy downhill stuff kind of left the guys with the gear up there to rappel down. Then I followed you two clowns down here. And I figured if Nate can do it with the camera, I can do it. Like a doctor. I'm like a doctor of the mountains. Did you get me falling on that sign? Dave, is this like a... Does this mean it's loaded or active or what?
Pretty sure it's a dummy shell. Dummy slug. All right, I just found another little piece of the wreckage. This is a much smaller one, but you can tell that it was an aircraft because it's got these cannon. Oh, rad, look at that. It's got a tag on it and everything. So this was a piece of the radio transmitter. That's so cool. It's so wild to see that sitting here. And that's just one of many. Come on, Hans. How are we doing, Hans? Having fun yet?
Is that 5 feet or 15 feet? I can't tell.
I'm not sure. I didn't bring my tape. There she is. Holy moly. This is nuts. Look at that. There's the engine. Pretty sure that this is just the APU, the auxiliary engine. Not 100% sure, but it looks too small to be a main jet turbine engine. But we'll see. Let me get down here to it. Dude, this is nuts. Hello, engine. And wreckage. Wow.
Land.
We found it. We found the engine and the main chunk of the wreckage. This is nuts. Crazy that this is. This might be the main, one of the main engines. Yeah.
I mean, the biggest question is, why don't you have a Warthog yet?
That is a great question.
Because it doesn't fit enough people.
True.
4 in your shirt?
Yeah.
That's gotta be uncomfortable.
The last piece has survived.
I don't think that's safe.
Probably. No, it's safe. It's just...
Pretty close to your neck.
Yeah, but I'm not skydiving. I'm not rappelling. I'm just climbing.
You can't.
No? Well, this would be.
Holy mac! Oh, pack is getting me.
Wider, then you can do bigger jumps.
Yeah, Alan?
Whoop.
So guys, if you want access to some of the most powerful mapping tools in the world, onX Off-Road, that's the app for you. You can see trail data, what kind of machines fit on what trails, public land, private land, snow depth, water levels. It's all right here. 50% off the elite or premium memberships. Just link the link in my description below. And thank you, onX, for sponsoring this video. Now you guys have no excuse to not get out on an adventure and check out cool stuff just like we did. You don't even need your front end.
I know, but like just mentally I do. You know? It's like a mental thing.
This has been one hell of a hike. Probably every bit of like close to 1,000 feet vertical climb. And we did that over the course of probably less than a mile. So it's like a 45-degree angle, pretty steep. And now coming down, we're going a different route, which we came up that ridge line above us. And we're going right down this ravine because gravity's helping us get down. And we keep on encountering like these slide things, kind of a bathtub where the water's come and carve through here. So we have to wait for the rope. And once the rope gets here, then we rappel down. That was supposed to be the last rappel, but it wasn't. There's one more right here. And then I wouldn't be surprised if there's a couple more. It's hard when you got a lot of people, especially inexperienced climbers. Taking it slow and easy, making sure we're safe. Right?
I couldn't help but notice you singled me out there. That's fine.
Safety first, hands.
Right here, we have what's called the critter device. Basically, this is what allows me to rappel down the mountain. Take the rope, you loop it, you run it through here. So I've got the loose end hanging out behind me. Take this, go through my carabiner, go right there, make sure my carabiner gate is locked shut. And then this guy right here, I'll pull the slack out to keep me tight. And then this behind my back, and that holds me from falling. And then we just, hands likes to hold right here to see if you can get his finger pinched. But normally you're supposed to just basically put one hand behind your back and
I thought the thing was one of those lost relics from the Aztecs right there.
This is right, yeah, Alan? Yep. Only I would rappel with the helmet strapped to my side.
well guys, we made it. Just waiting on the rest of the gang to make it down the canyon there. Coming slowly but surely, making their way. Gonna load up and get out of here. That was such a rad experience. I mean, thinking about how that happened, what it looked like, how that aircraft just hit this mountainside going hundreds of miles an hour and skipped over that canyon and just scattered parts everywhere. Absolutely insane. So I strongly suggest, actually I'm not gonna strongly suggest because for legal reasons, but if you ever get a chance and have a desire to go check out something really cool and you have all the safety gear and are fully prepared and aren't being an idiot, you should check it out. I believe, like I said, it's called Mayday Gulch or Mayday Canyon or something like that. We might have just made that up too, I'm not sure, but I'm sure those of you who are internet savvy can check it out and find it. So now, time to get some snacks, get the hell out of here.